Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to remind you to hit the like button and share this video if you think that I've given you value, because YouTube will reward the videos that get more engagement. And if more people learn about Bitcoin, then what happens to the price of Bitcoin? More people buy it. You literally magically put more money in your pocket, in your family's pocket, in the pocket of those in your community if you share this content, because more people will see it. So it's logical to hit the like button. It's free. If you think that I've helped you, please consider doing so. Today we're going to talk about the idea of learn to become more bored. Now, what does that mean? It means that in life, when you're faced with drama or low-level things, even heartbreak, sadness, confusion, or any negativity, try to channel it in a way where you become bored with those sorts of things, with those sorts of concepts, ideas, and those things that try to drag down your time and your mental energy. This is my theory. It doesn't make me right, but I'm going to share my theory. I think that if you become bored with those low-level things, you'll be able to take the power away from them. Because you've heard this saying before, love is not the opposite of hate, indifference is. So don't pour your mental energy into getting super angry when people bring drama to you or problems, or when you go through a sad little patch, or you go through a challenge, or you're scared, or you go through a little breakup and you're all heartbroken and crying in a corner. Don't give in to polarity of emotions where you're either extremely down or extremely up. Instead, meditate and try to go in a way above that frequency and become bored with that little drama, and in the process destroy the ego. You're not that important. I'm not that important. Become bored with those low-level topics and those basic things and those issues and that darkness and that sadness. Become bored with it. Don't let it overpower you. Don't let it dictate the actions that you take. And maybe this will be a way that we become more high conscious. If we remove the value from those things that try to get us in those strong polarity of emotions, those things that try to get us angry, if we remove that power from them, we'll just look at them like, you bore me. I don't love or hate that thing. It just, it disinterests me. I'm disinterested. I'm bored. I'll share this one story with you. I had a friend who had an extremely successful sales business. He had a product that was selling like wildfire, and he at a certain point was traveling to like a different country every single week, sometimes multiple countries in a week, sometimes 3 countries in a week. And he was talking to so many investors and selling so much product, and he noticed that after he would come from a long trip, say he had been in Bangalore and then London and then Germany and then Toronto and then Brazil, and then he took a trip to Mexico City or maybe to Hawaii, and then he was back in Miami. He noticed that when he went back to his little home, his little tiny town in Ohio, that when he would land, some friends would be like, I haven't heard from you in a while. Like, that makes me really upset with you that I haven't heard from you. Like, that's not fair. Like, bro, like, why are you too cool for us? We don't hear from you. And his friends were coming from a good place. They missed him. It was all about love. But he was so busy with building up his business and being an immense success that those conversations started to bore him. So what he said is that when people would call him and he would answer the phone and they would just have drama and negativity, and they would be like, man, I've been trying to get through to you for the last 3 weeks and you keep ignoring me and you're like offending me, bro. It was because they didn't have a lot going on themselves. He was busy. He was in 10 different countries, having the most fun experiences, making millions of dollars, going to great events, fun parties, dating amazing people, beautiful people, in business meetings, meeting great clients. His business was skyrocketing. He was just living the ultimate life, a dream, and he was working so hard and he loved his work. That low-level conversation when he went back to his little tiny home in Ohio, he didn't have the bandwidth for it. It literally bored him. Like, he couldn't be bothered to, when he had a client ready to pay him millions of dollars, he couldn't take the time to talk to his childhood friend from elementary school and listen about his low-level drama at his job, that friend was maybe bagging people's groceries at the grocery store. Not that any career is better or worse than anything else, but it was just different lanes of success. It was just different paradigms. One is not superior. People are not better than anyone else just because they earn a certain amount. But his mind was just in a whole different universe, a whole different plane of existence. So I hope you can appreciate that point. And so it got to the point when he would have all these text messages when he would land back home, and all these messages and all these calls from people, even girls he was dating. They would be like, "I'm so sad that I haven't heard from you," that he just at a point was like, he had to just politely tell them, "Listen, I have to get back to you. Like, I really have to run. I just have to get back to you. Let me get back to you." He didn't have the bandwidth for it when he had, different $1 million clients trying to get his attention, and he had to be flown out the next day to Argentina, and the next day after that to Hong Kong, the next day after that to Switzerland. He didn't have time to get sucked down into a low frequency. It just bored him. The mundane, average frequency that most people were at, it just bored him. So take that small story and try to see if you can incorporate different elements of that, and being so busy with your working hard at your goals that low-level frequencies just bore you. They don't upset you. You're just in a different lane. And then maybe you'll learn to overcome a lot of the petty things that come up in life. So with Bitcoin, which this channel is about, we hope that we are absorbing a higher level knowledge. And when I share these things with you, it's because Bitcoin is one vehicle I feel that has the power to take you into all these high vibration channels. So you just start thinking about so many different things in such a different context. And there's different contexts that you can apply that work for you. You don't have to use mine. I'm just a crazy guy ranting on the internet who has no idea what he's talking about. Think for yourself. But I hope that what I've given you gives you one new golden nugget maybe to think about. Have a great day.